ewige Seele, Liebe macht die Herzen krank. Habe Dank. Einst die lichte Freiheit Wäsche, hoch den tiefsten Wäsche, und du segnetest den Trank. Habe Dank. Unbeschloss darin die Hüsen, bis ich, was ich nie gewesen, heilig, heilig und ernst dir sang. Habe Dank. In a shady nook one moonlight night, the Leprechaun I spied, with scarlet cap and coat of green, a crickskin by his side. 'Twas tick-tick-tack, a hammer went upon a weeny shoe, and I laughed to think of a purse of gold, but the fairy was laughing too. With tipple-step and beating heart, quite softly I drew nigh. There was mischief in his merry face, a twinkle in his eye. He hammered and sang with tiny voice, and drank his mountain dew. And I laughed to think he was caught at last, but the fairy was laughing too. Ah, as quick as thought I seized the elf. Your fairy purse, I cried. The purse, he said, 'tis in her hand, thy lady at your side. I turned to look, the elf was off, then what was I to do? Oh, I laughed to think what a fool I'd been, and the fairy was laughing too. Ah.
Marvelous. There is our St. Patrick's Day encore from Richard Cassilly, our pianist here in the studio, Warren Jones. So, I didn't know you were Irish.
It's hard to be Irish this hour of the morning.
Richard Cassilly, actually, this is an interesting
We were late
point.
because of the parade, you know.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes, everything's carrying on down there.
I remember in the old days at City Opera, they seemed to always put Carmen on St. Patrick's Day matinee, and many is the time I barely made the curtain.
Well, I wanted to ask you about the fact you are American. From where,
Yes.
From where originally?
Born in Washington, now living there again after many years of living elsewhere.
Right. Well, that's what I'm getting at. Of course, you sang here at the City Opera. You sang in many, many different places, and then you sort of disappeared.
Well, I knew I was a Heldon tenor, and it's one thing to sing Toscas and Carmens all over America with the regional companies, but nobody did Wagner. So I went off to Europe in '65 to...
What exactly is a Heldon tenor? Just a tenor who's stronger and louder and more dramatic than the regular?
I think that that's a very different... Heldon, of course, means hero.
Yeah.
So it's what the Germans write, music they write for the heroes. It's a Wagner tenor. It's a Freischütz tenor.
But is this something that
German equivalent to dramatic tenor?